It is September 27th. Michael Vaughan with Lee Barker. Lee, it's been a busy summer. I haven't seen you since before the summer. So let's get updated on what Spartan's up to. And there's a new development up in the Kirkland Lake area.
Yes, that's correct, Mike. It's good to be back and to be able to update our shareholders. We've just signed an agreement to acquire 3 mining leases southwest of Kirkland Lake in the Matachewan area. These are actually located less than 3 kilometers from the producing Young Davidson gold mine of Alamos Gold. And these are leased claims that were originally part of the Harry Oakes interest.
I see.
And Harry Oakes was the discoverer of the Lakeshore Gold Mine in Kirkland Lake.
Richest man in Canada.
That's correct, and one of the richest in North America. And
had an untimely end.
Yes, unfortunately, but he was an entrepreneur, and as a prospector, mining through all his life was part of his business, and these claims were part of his estate. They were acquired by a group out of Niagara Falls many years ago, and then they were acquired by the person that we've actually done the agreement with now to buy them.
All right, and you staked some claims around them.
Yes, we did. We staked an additional 13 mining claims under the Ontario system around those, and we believe we have a decent portfolio now in the area. And this little property with these leases, the Oakes interests actually put a shaft down and several drill holes in the 1930s. And there's been virtually no significant work done since that time, and we're looking forward to seeing if we can make that mineralization into some sort of a resource that could be of interest to the local miner nearby, Alamos, and possibly a sale. The mineralization...
So you prove it out and sell it, that's what you want to do.
Exactly. The mineralization is reported to be very similar to that at the Young Davidson in the reports from the 1936. And the Young Davidson was in production in the old days for many years and produced over 1 million ounces of gold. But today it's an even larger producer. They mine it at 6,500 tons a day in an underground operation, which is quite a large underground mine.
When are you going to get on the ground up there?
I'm going up next week to begin the due diligence. I'm going to go onto the property, and I'm going to go to a Northeastern Ontario mining conference in Kirkland, Timmins, that I'll probably try and hitch up with the Alamos people and try and get some information locally as well.
Well, speaking of developing properties to sell them, I believe that's the strategy of Bruell. How's progress?
Well, we've been seeking a joint venture partner on the Bruell project now that we know we've identified something significant there. We've showed it to a number of locally based gold operators in the Val-d'Or area, and have negotiated with them, and we believe we're going to have an agreement within the next month likely that will give us the opportunity to have them put in most of the money to develop it. Hopefully at the end of the day a participating interest in the project and a royalty, and possibly a sale if that participating interest we don't elect to carry on.
Now this isn't a distress sale, you're not giving this away.
No, not at all. Our objective in this project was to identify what most people now believe locally in that area is a new discovery. And everybody's acknowledged that this stuff that we found on the property was different than had been found before. And they've acknowledged that they believe we could have a significant deposit there. So anybody locally that's an operator should have prime interest in this, and that's what's happened.
So hopefully news in a month. Okay, one more subject before we go, and that's an update on VRB and Spartan's interest in the vanadium battery company in China.
Yeah, VRB is basically treading water a little bit now because they're in the process of looking for a cheap supply of vanadium to actually allow these batteries to be sold at competitive prices.
Well, it's 60% of the cost of the battery.
Well, 40 to 50. 40. Yeah. They've identified a number of targets that look like they could be very, very low cost producers of vanadium, and their focus right now is to identify and actually consolidate some sort of an agreement to acquire or merge or do a deal with one of those operations so that they can have a vertically integrated structure. Which makes sense because these batteries are not going to go away, renewable energy is not going to go away, and energy storage is not going to go away. So their strategy now is to be able to go into the lower cost bracket and make the batteries competitive in pricing.
All right, well, good to see you again, Lee. You're on the road to Kirkland Lake and Val-d'Or, and we'll get news within a month.
Thank you, Mike. Good to be here again.